You guys have been asking for it, so here we go. FARTCOIN. I'm gonna be doing technical analysis on the project. I'm gonna tell you a few news about it. I'm gonna tell you what I think. I'm gonna tell you my plan mid to long term, and I'm also gonna give you the final thoughts on FARTCOIN, if you should buy it, hold it, and if I believe that has potential or not. FARTCOIN, I believe it was a pre-launch on pump.fun, which actually quite sure of that. So has done like a 3 trillion X already. Those who bought it early made millions of dollars. Right now it's trading a $461 million market cap. That is insane, not gonna lie. That is pretty impressive, and I wish I got in that sale quite early, so I made a lot of money, but I wasn't, and I didn't. So it is what it is. I'm just jealous. FARTCOIN, it's been doing amazingly well lately. For the last 7 days, it's still down 4%, but for the last month, the whole period is up 70%. For the last year, it's up 920,000%. So this is a 1,000x coin. You invest $1,000, you made $1 million. It's as simple as that. 1,000x. Not every day we see this, and it's actually trading at 46 cents, but it was at over $2. So if my calculations are right, that will make this project 3 to 5,000x project. 3 to 5,000x project. That is just wild. Now, FAR is already listed on Binance, not on the spot trading. You cannot trade the spot, but you can trade it on futures, which means that they are getting a lot of volume there. $226 million volume in the last 24 hours. And this one should be listed on Binance at some point on the spot trading, because why not? The volume is there. They got all the centralized exchanges. They got all the actions, 13.6 million votes in the last 24 hours. That is wild. And the volume is there. The project looks pretty good. All the supply is minted. Of course, it's a pump and fun coin, and it looks quite strong. It looks quite popular. It's trending everywhere. If you go to X, you're gonna be able to see that this one is being the #1 project, the #1 AI agent by holders increase in the last 24 hours since April 1st. We are at April 4th today. So yeah, 139,000 holders. It should be at over 150,000 now. That's what I believe. My Kraken Pro is of course trending everywhere. You guys can see the comparison with other projects. It is wild. The activity that this project has, the action, the volume, the social support, and I'm not being biased since I don't hold any FARTCOIN, but I'm actually really thinking on buying since I'm about to do a little bit of technical analysis so you understand why I'm getting to that conclusion. But long term, I do believe that has a lot of potential for the same reason that I have been talking about. I do believe that eventually a spot trading is going to happen for FARTCOIN on Binance, and it's actually quite cheap. Some basic technical analysis is going to tell you what's going to be the support levels. Will be around here, which we retested again back at 16 cents. All-time high is around $2.70. So we are still from these levels right now. Let me see. We are like 5x back from all-time high. So it's not that impressive 3000x. Those people made it down here, which of course this chart is from XC, so it doesn't tell the whole story. But I mean, 5x for a project that is $400 million market cap is actually fine. If the project goes to $2 billion market cap, that will make FARTCOIN quite high, because the market cap for some of the projects that have $2 billion are already on the 40 to 30 list on CoinMarketCap, which means that the competition is very high. But I do believe that this one has the potential because it has such a community. Community is really strong. Community is really important for a project, and I do believe that this one has a really strong community. Now, I'm not going to be doing any short-term technical analysis because it's just useless for this project, but it actually had a really nice 226% pop in the last 17 days. As mentioned, if you bought it back then, you're making a lot of money now. But the question still is, should I buy it now if you are still not in yet? And the answer for that, I would say, even though it's actually quite high market cap, for what I have been saying, the strong social support, the low, I mean, we are quite far from all-time high, so there is that chance of making that 4x, 5x, 10x the price to all-time high, which that will be the first target. essentially, I would say that this one is an undervalued project for what they can offer. Social activity is insane. That's what I'm liking. Community is insane. Votes are there. The spot trading for Binance should be coming soon, which is going to bring a lot more volume and a lot more activity to this project. It's been breaking all the records in the last few days. It's been doing amazingly well. And I would say this one should stay pretty good because all this selling pressure right here, it really took a lot of weak hands out of the project. And those who are still holding and buying the dip are freshly newbies to the project, which means that we saw a lot of new wallets interaction, a lot of new retail investors buying in the project, which is pretty good for the ecosystem, but which means that they are just getting started and they are just waiting for the all-time high, or let's say 100 to 200%. So I do think that this one at this point, after all this massive dump, is actually safer than if you were to buy here or anywhere around this pump right here, because of course buying an all-time high or during the pump is really risky, and you should buy when the project is down. That would be the ideal scenario. But of course, remember that there is a lot of people still holding this project for a long time. And I mean quite a long time, since they bought it on Pump and Fund. And those who bought a lot of money on Pump and Fund, they made millions of dollars. I'm not exactly sure, but I do believe that this was the first project from Pump and Fund to list on Binance. I may be wrong, most likely as usual, but I think that that's the case. But I mean, the numbers are insane. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty much everywhere, and even some big people, like big influencers and like communities and KOLs talking about the ecosystem. It is wild. Listen, hyper liquid. I mean, what can I say? The facts speak for themselves. You can find all the information here in their social media. Follow them and do whatever you want. I'm actually gonna be doing so right now. So I would say, yes, mentioned, it's a risky play as any other altcoin at this point. If we enter a bear market, this is going to drop. Pretty much all the coins are going to drop. So you're just taking a risk. Remember, to DCA, if I were you, I would just buy a little bit here, wait for a drop, and then buy more if I really want to be on FARTCOIN. If you don't care about it, just want to gamble in, just want to YOLO in, you can buy it right here and it should do well later on. But if I were you, as mentioned, I would just buy a little bit and wait to DCA down below. I would save some of my funds to DCA. That would be the stronger strategy. Some of the other coins today that have been doing quite well, you guys can see here, Tau Cat, and we have Filecoin doing quite nice today. Atom up 16%, and the market is actually not looking that bad. The stock market is burning really, really bad, and Bitcoin and some of these crypto assets have been doing quite well. So the stock market is burning because of the tariff war that is going on right now with the US and pretty much every country, but the crypto market is holding it strong. This makes me even more bullish to hope for the long term, because the market is just so resilient against news and all that bunch of stuff, which before, remember, any FUD could dump the market in 20, 30, 50%. But since I've changed, we are getting more mature and the market is looking really strong while the whole economy is going downhill. Bitcoin and the crypto market is actually doing quite well. Not bad at all. Even though the volume is down 0% in the last 24 hours, still near $100 billion in volume. And of course, this is not 100% accurate. That's what I would say. Market cap of the crypto space is still near $3 trillion. So yeah, pretty impressive. But I do believe that the market cap of Apple is still over $3 trillion. Something like that. I'm not exactly sure because I don't trade stocks, but we are still just getting started. That's my point. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, leave a like. And just gonna see you later. I do like FARTCOIN. I do like what they have been doing. It's a community-owned project. I believe this is CTO already. That's what I would say. And the spot trading for Binance should come at some point. They are pretty much listed everywhere. The volume is still pretty impressive. And the project is actually looking quite good. That's all I'm gonna say. If you like memes and if you like a strong meme that is already really high market cap, that is not gonna make you 20x at any time, well, that's what I think. Cool, anything is possible. This one give you a 1 to 2x in a few months. It's actually not unrealistic. It's quite possible. That's what I would say. Stay safe.